If you're new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! Now, Juvia's Place dropped a new collection. Actually, they dropped two new collections. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the first collection, the Garden of Juvia's. This is a very springtime, to me, kind of a launch, but, you know, we have it now. We're going to be taking a look at it because it is a lot of things in here. We have eyeshadows, we have eyeliners, do we have lip products? We have a few lip products. I'm going to show you swatches. I'm going to show you a very nice light look with this. And when it comes to packaging, Juvia's Place really does not play. This is beautiful. I really like the packaging on this. The whole flowers is A1. It definitely giving me spring vibes. Okay, so this collection comes with 10 liquid color eyeliners, 3 glosses, and an eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. There's a lot of liners in here, so I think we're gonna swatch the liners first, and then we'll move on to the palette, and then we'll do the lips. Okay, so let me show you something really quickly, and I don't want to take these out of the packaging. You can see that the liners, which are the ones over here, all have a slightly different color on one side of the packaging. That actually shows you the shade that you're going to find inside the liner. So the one that has a slightly blue one is going to be a blue liner. The yellow one is going to be a yellow liner. The white one is going to be a white liner, so on and so forth. So first we have the shade Living Coral. Ooh, that shade is borderline neon. Let's see how quickly we can swatch these. That way I can show it to you guys all together in the end. These liners are very, very pigmented. These are all the shades swatched on the back of my hand. These are very, very pigmented, and I feel like this is an accurate representation of what they actually look like in person. From the top on this side, we have Living Coral, Sunflower, Sweet Pink, Aqua, Tangerine. And then from the top here, we have Lilac, Pink Hibiscus, Cobalt Blue, White Lotus, and Electric Lime. They are gorgeous, very pretty, and I really feel like they need to be the star of this look, so I'm probably going to try to see what I can do with them. So this is what the packaging on the liners look like. Very cute, very gorgeous. It is a brush tip liner. One thing I noticed about the brush is that whenever you first take it out, it's a very, very stiff brush, so you need to find a way to loosen it up. What I'm doing with each and every one of them is I'm taking a tissue and then I'm just pushing it down and like wiggling it. That way it's gonna break it up, and also just make the brush very soft and loose so that you can use it. If not, it's a very hard brush, but once you go ahead and loosen it, you can always put it back in there and it gathers and goes right back to being pointy. But this way it's soft and flexible enough for you to do your lines and all of that with. Okay, that is the 411 on the liners. Okay, so this is the Garden of Juvia's eyeshadow palette. Of course, the artwork is repeated on the actual palette itself. It's really giving me spring vibes. It's giving me pastel, gorgeous, springy kind of vibes. The shimmers in here are just looking very delicious, and the mattes are looking very, very nice. This shade is really calling my name. I really like it. So there are 7 matte shades and 9 shimmer shades. I'm gonna swatch these. Okay? Here is the palette swatched. My plan was only to swatch the shimmer shades, but I couldn't help it. I also swatched the mattes. These mattes are very nice. Definitely going to be somewhat of a pastel kind of shade on my skin. I wouldn't know exactly how pigmented it's going to look until I actually try it on. JP palettes always intimidate the bananas out of me to the point where I never really know what to create with it. So as always, I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyelids using an eyeshadow primer. Then I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime in the shade Volume 1. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. I will put a video to how to prep your eyes for eyeshadow down below in the description box, so definitely check that out. So first I'm going to do is take this shade. I'm going to place it in my inner corner, because who doesn't love a good yellow inner corner? Like, who doesn't? If you don't, you need to start liking a very good yellow inner corner, because it's cute and it's gorgeous. and it stands out. So I'm gonna blend it a little bit so that it just blends into my skin. So it looks like the yellow is like radiating from my skin into this very pigmented pool of yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this line on my eyes a little bit more. I'm gonna go back into the palette, and I really don't know what shade to use on my eyes today. I'm gonna use the shade Lucky Clover. I'm gonna stamp it onto my base so that it can set the base so that it doesn't move at all. I'm kind of sort of setting up for my colored graphic liner moment. It gives me a little bit of a color, but also gives me a very light base to work with. Just ever so lightly blending the edges of this out. Just bear with me. We're gonna trust the process and see exactly where we can end up with this look. That's okay. I'm gonna take some more of our yellow shade and I'm gonna blend it into this pastel blue. Do I want to apply some yellow over here? I'm gonna put some of the yellow right here to blend the edges of that out. I'm gonna use some of my setting powder to kind of offset that whitish cast that you see up there. I feel like I figured out what liner look I'm doing. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So these are the colors I chose because there just wasn't any way I was going to be able to use all the liners. That yellow liner is like, I'm shook by that yellow liner. So I'm going to take the shade Sunflower first, and I'm going to go ahead and just draw this line. I'm going to anchor my elbows because I really hope that it comes out exactly how I want it to come out, or how I need it to come out. Next, I'm taking the shade Live in Coral, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw my line. And I can already tell these two eyes are not gonna be the same, but it's okay. So I looked up and then I got this line over here. So I did the same thing over here. I'm gonna start from the inner part of this and draw another one. Next, we're going into the shade Aqua, and Aqua kind of sort of matches my eyeshadow. So now that that's done, I'm taking the shade Cobalt Blue, and I'm gonna draw a classic eyeliner. So I'm going to take some of the shade Pink Hibiscus, and I'm going to line right over the top of this blue cobalt that we put down. So I went ahead and used some concealer to clean the outer edges of the eye look. I'm taking the Juvia's Place Kajal liner. I'm gonna put that all up in my waterline and smoke it out. I really don't want any color on my lower lash line. I want all the focus to be on this intense graphic liner that I did. There's really nothing more I can do to this eye. So let's go ahead and swatch the glosses. So first we're gonna swatch the shade Flower Girl. Flower Girl is this gorgeous shade. It has a lot of shimmers in there. It's kind of like a teal kind of shade, and this is what it looks like on. This will look very good on any lipstick that you put it on, or it will look gorgeous by itself. This is Flower Girl. So this is the shade Lavender, and we're gonna try it on. Okay, lavender is definitely giving some ashy vibes, but we could definitely do something with this. It's actually in keeping with my whole look. I can make this work, okay? I can do that for this shade, so I'm not worried about it. Let's put a little bit of Flower Girl on top of it. And last but not least, we have the shade Pink Bay, and Pink Bay is looking very much coral-like compared to pink. Okay, I definitely see what they did there. It's pigmented, it is opaque. Literally just did like 2 swipes and that's what this gave me. I can definitely wear this. And even with the eye color, it still looks very good. It's given disco, it's given neon disco vibes. Okay, so now that I went ahead and swatched the glosses for you, I want to do a lip combo with one of them. I'm just gonna keep my lips very, very, very simple, okay? I'm just gonna line with a dark brown lip liner. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the shade Flower Girl because Flower Girl is that girl. Now what I'm going to do is wipe the tip off so that I don't transfer any of this brown goodness back into the bottle. Like that, we are done. I know it's very basic lines, but I wanted to do something very basic so that we can gauge exactly how this liner performed, and I really like what it looks like. Of course, my eyes are like rolling in and you can't really see the yellow sometimes, but when I blink you can see it, so it's like a peekaboo kind of moment. These eyeliners do not flake like some other eyeliners that I've tried. Okay guys, so this is my finished look trying out the Garden of Juvia's. Let me know down below in the comments which liner was your favorite. For me, Sunflower is definitely my favorite liner and I'm definitely going to be using it a whole lot. Flower Girl is my favorite because I really like what it looks like. It's gonna go with any and every lip combo that you can create, so I am here for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you lots, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.